Hey everybody, Keegan here, and today we're going to be talking about the destruction of the family unit. So, anybody out there that knows me knows that I constantly bring up former Naval Intelligence Officer William Cooper's book, Behold a Pale Horse, that was written in 1991. In Behold a Pale Horse, it talked about a chapter called Silent Weapons for Quiet Wars. And it mentioned chemtrails, mentions Operation Bluebeam, and one of the other things it brings up is the destruction of the family unit. Now, strong families, and I mean mother, father, son, daughter, grandma, grandpa, uncles, aunts, the whole cousins, the whole family, right? When a family is strong, they don't need the state. And what I mean by that is government assistance. So the New World Order wants to be able to control everybody, so they want people to be dependent on the state. So one of the things they do is they come after us through propaganda and through chemicals in the food and water and stuff. They chemically and psychologically come after the family to break the family up so we live by ourselves and have to be dependent on government assistance. So one of the ways they come after the kids per se would be to put recycled plastics in our food that act as estrogen mimickers. So the way they do that is like when you recycle plastic, eventually plastic gets degraded to a point where it's a real shitty quality of plastic, and it's called bisphenol A or BPA. And they actually wrap our food products with this stuff. And one of the things that they found through all kinds of studies, that when you wrap this food with this plastic, uh, the chemicals that are in the plastic leach into the food, and it creates like a fake estrogen. So young boys are eating this stuff, and when they're going through puberty, this estrogen is actually affecting these boys, and in some cases it's causing them to become homosexuals. That's why Alex Jones said that it was turning the freaking frogs gay. That's where that whole meme came from. Was there were studies out there saying this, and he was bringing this stuff up, and people were like, Alex Jones thinks the Illuminati's trying to turn kids gay. Well, to a point they are, and if you read about this more of this, there's actually a thing called the gay agenda, but that's just a part of it. It's about attacking the family. So meanwhile, young girls are also ingesting this estrogen, which causes them to go into puberty at a much earlier stage. And at the same time, girls are drinking the bovine growth hormone that's in milk, and it's causing them to develop earlier. So these young girls are going into puberty earlier than they should be, and they're more developed than they should be. So meanwhile, things like MTV and like different places, like they stopped like trying to promote like rebellious rock and roll, and instead they tried to focus more on like focusing on gangster rap. So young girls are growing up becoming sexually active at a younger age and stuff, and they're seeing the bad boy culture, and they're hooking up with these guys. They're getting knocked up. They end up needing an abortion and stuff. And these situations within the family tears families apart. And meanwhile, more propaganda is being used in things like Cosmopolitan and stuff, and moms are reading these magazines saying, is your husband cheating on you? Are you skinny enough and stuff? So that's like one of the ways that the mom's being attacked. And then meanwhile, the dad is more than likely overworked, if he's even still there. He's overworked, probably working two jobs, and he's like, all he wants to do is watch his football, right? Which is all rigged and staged and stuff by the Illuminati as well. You've seen the rituals of the halftime shows and stuff. I won't even get into the NFL debacle, but what I'm saying is that the dad comes home and just wants to watch his brainwashing football, and he's drinking his GMO beer, right? And it's slowly all of this stuff happening at once is pulling the family apart. And over years and years and years, you see the family become divided. And then meanwhile, nobody's even talking to grandma and grandpa anymore. And this is just one of the many, many, many ways that the Illuminati is constantly attacking you and your family. But these are real things that are going on. You should learn about it. Destruction of the family unit, silent weapons for quiet wars. But meanwhile, the best way to combat this and to fight it is to stay with your family and to constantly keep in touch with your family and tell your family and the people around you how much you love them and not let the Illuminati win this one. But I'm Keegan, and don't roll your eyes at me.